If you click this video, you're probably somebody who is interested in tech. You're probably a software engineer, an indie game developer, or somebody who is just interested in games in general. So, about several years ago when I was a kid, I used to be fascinated by how video games are made, and I used to try and tamper with the video games that I had, things like Subway Surfers, Temple Run. I wanted to modify the amount of coins that I had in order to be unlimited somehow. I was kind of unsuccessful, but this led me to start figuring out how video games are made, and it has been a long journey since I discovered that I had to learn art like 3D modeling or even 2D art if I wanted to create two-dimensional games. So I decided to go with 3D, and that's where I started learning Blender. So it's been several years of learning Blender, about 3 or 4 years, and I would say that I'm pretty kind of close to being a master in Blender at the moment, because I can model pretty much anything. I can sculpt in Blender, I can retopologize my characters, animate, though I'm not very good at animate, but that's something I'm working on. So I also decided to pick a game engine because I realized that in order to make a game you have to pick a game engine, and that's where Godot came in. At that time Godot was not pretty much popular, but I liked the fact that Godot was almost 100 megabytes in size at that time, and it would do some pretty much amazing things that game engines like Unity or Unreal Engine could do despite the size that it had. So the lightweightness of Godot made me fall in love with Godot game engine. So here I am now. I'm working on my first game that I think will be released, because I think I'm going to work on this project until I finish it. I've tried working on several games in the past. I started with two-dimensional games. It pushed me to try and learn more about art and all that kind of stuff, though none of them all went close to even finishing. There were things that I used to start and then just finished beyond the prototype stage. So I'm working on a game called TruckerZ. TruckerZ is a video game that you play as a truck driver, and the setting is in a city, and also it's kind of a countryside town. Let me not call it a city, it's a countryside town where you drive delivering grocery and foodstuffs from the farms to the market, from the farms to the market. And as you do this, you'll be meeting some puzzles to solve, and I'm also planning on integrating combat, though I'm not sure. For example, I want to have it in a way that, for example, when you'll be moving things like bananas, for example, when passing through areas where it's like a forest, you'll have monkeys climb onto the truck to vandalize or try to steal the bananas, and then you'll have to come out of the truck and fight them. So it will be like a combat kind of stuff. So that's something I'm planning to integrate. Though for now I'm just trying to set up all the vehicle mechanics, the missions and stuff, and then after that I'll now go deep into game. So the core gameplay is all about driving and combat. That's how I'm trying to put it. So I hope this is an interesting project, and I hope that it's going to be something that's worth finishing and worth working on. So if you're interested in seeing how this project goes, so you can follow and you see how it goes.